Good morning, everybody. I just thought I'd share this little under 10-minute sequence for anyone who just wants to get their heart rate going, but maybe they don't have a lot of space to move around. So we're just going to find some movements on the yoga mat that get the heart pumping and the blood flowing and the energy moving in our bodies. So just begin finding a comfortable seat on your mat and just connecting to the breath. Start to deepen and expand the inhale and the exhale through the nose. On the next inhale, stretch the arms up, reach up and back. You can interlace those fingers. As you exhale, hollow the belly around the spine and reach forward. Inhale, take the arms wide like cactus arms, maybe lift the chin. And then exhale, let's come into our tabletop position. Setting the hands firmly on the mat. Start to cat-cow the body and the breath. As you exhale, hollow the belly around the spine, tuck the chin. And as you inhale, drop the belly, open up the heart. You can add in circles through the torso, so just finding movement in the upper body, circling one side and then the other. Let the head be heavy, the jaw, tongue, and throat completely relaxed. Flipping onto the toes, pressing your hands into the floor, press back and up, down dog, stretch it out. Let the head drop heavy between your arms. Keep some softness in the knees so we can stretch and lengthen the spine, open up through the chest and arms. You can let the hips dip side to side and start to stretch through side, body, and hips. And then we'll start the transition forward and back. On the inhale, roll forward to plank, bend the knees and arms, press back and up, down dog, and find your flow now. Moving, inhaling forward with the breath, exhaling back and up with the breath. Your timing, your pace, follow the rhythm of the breath, listen to your body. We're starting to build some heat in the arms, the legs, our core is engaged here. We're using the breath. Coming back to neutral and then letting the hips dip side to side. Planting through those hands firmly. Hips dip side to side. Strong core. Shifting to the forearms, elbows just under the shoulders. Keep shifting those hips side to side. Getting into our obliques a little bit more. Moving into legs, let the knees tap the mat and find a pace that works for you. If you're listening to some music, maybe follow the rhythm of the music or just find a pace that feels good in your body, knees tapping. You can continue with knees tapping. If you want a little more power, pull the knees one at a time under the body like a jog or running pace. Picking up the pace or slowing it down, find a pace that works for you, or maybe you're still tapping the knees. Strong through your arms, strong through your core, strong through your legs. Neck is an extension of the spine. Find the breath. Keep it moving in the body, never holding the breath. We'll come into a dolphin stretch, so forearms on the ground, and it's just like down dog. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the hamstrings. Inhale down into your Sphinx pose. You can shift the arms a little more forward if you want, elbows under shoulders or a little head. Take your arms wide from here and then start to circle through the shoulders. Inhaling to rise, exhaling to drop in. We're getting into our shoulder blades, into the spine, finding a little bit of softness. Getting back into our power zone, let's come into a cobra. So we're lifting the chest, lifting the head, and then we'll reach our arms back, let them float back. Keeping the legs glued to the ground as much as possible here. Reach back. Find your breath on your inhale, lengthen, and on your exhale, lift. We can interlace the fingers behind us if you have more to give, and continue that breath. On the inhale, find your length. On the exhale, lift a little higher. So these are little back crunches. We're building the muscles along the spine, powering up our back core. Use the breath, staying warm. We're going to incorporate legs if you can. So from the hips, reach back through your toes and lift those legs, maybe taking the arms wide. Keep lengthening and lifting. Keep using your breath. Lots of power in the body. Maybe arms come forward, Superman. Keep finding the breath. And gently release, forehead to hands. You can let the legs windshield wiper side to side. Let's completely release the low back and hips. Breathing in, breathing out. Hands plant either side of the body. We press up into our lifted cobra or upward dog. To the knees, flip onto the toes and press back, almost child's pose here. We're a little rounded through the back. And then inhale to tabletop. We're going to take the right foot just outside the mat so you're grounded through the right knee. Take the left foot to the back edge of your mat. Plant to the right hand and float your left arm high. So this is a modified side plank, but it allows us to get a little more open through the hips and heart. From here, send your hips and heart forward. Let the head drop back. Let the arm reach back. Option of floating that top leg. Find some free movement maybe with that top arm. Play a little with the stretch you're feeling in the shoulder, and then come back to neutral tabletop. We'll transition to the other side. We want to feel the hip stacking right over the knee here, and we're supported. The shoulder stacks over the wrist. Heart and hips are sent forward as we reach back. Feel the freedom in the chest and throat. Be in your body, be with your breath here. Find some free movement for your top arm. And then back to tabletop. Tabletop to down dog stretch. Lengthen the spine and hamstrings. Let the head hang heavy. Can dip our hips side to side. It helps to neutralize the spine. Feels really good for the hips. Powers up the arms. Inhale forward to your plank. Exhale, halfway hover, press up. You can also drop to your knees for these. We can do 3. And then find your lifted cobra or upward dog. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. I like to keep my knees a little softer in my down dog so I can really stretch out my spine. So from here, we're going to come back into a squat position at the back of the mat. Hands in prayer. And we're going to do a few little squat hops. So from hands in prayer, plant the hands on the mat. Shift the weight forward into your arms and then hop those feet up. We might try tapping the toes and slowing down the descent. So we work to kind of slow down the landing. And you guys can play with it here. I'm also creeping my way up to the top of my yoga mat, so you're welcome to do that as well. Building power through the arms and core. Feeling a little bit of freedom and a little bit of float. We'll come back into our down dog stretch. Forward to plank and find chaturanga. Upward dog on the inhale. And back to child's pose, exhale. Let's come into a nice little side stretch, reaching the arms over to either side to stretch out. Maybe 2 or 3 breaths on each side. And back to center, settling into the floor. If you want a little more shoulder stretch here, interlace the fingers behind you and reach back. Lifting the arms up off the body and the shoulders off the ears. On the inhale, roll up, find a comfortable seat. Lengthen the spine. Let's reach the arms up, interlace the fingers, reach up and back. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a few breaths here. All right, so hope your heart rate's built and you're feeling good and warm and activated. Have a lovely day.